So I'm gonna come down a little bit because otherwise it's really strange to stand up there and talk to all of you like that, because it's Friday afternoon, it's a hot summer day, which is the perfect opportunity to watch lots of slides in a dark room, so thank you for coming. I'm just going to take about 10 minutes to tell you the story of mymuesli, because as we have heard in this panel before, stories are really, really important for startups, and we love to tell the story of mymuesli because it's actually quite a funny story if you look at it that way, because if you're German and you listen to the radio a lot, you know the radio commercial that I will be talking about in just a second. It has been on for decades. It's a muesli radio commercial, and it's strange in a way. And so the three of us, we were driving to a lake close to the city of Passau. If you're not familiar with the German landscape at all, Passau is like a remote outpost in southern Germany. And we were driving to this lake, we heard this radio commercial, and it kind of popped up like a fire in our head, and we said, whoa, muesli, we should found, so what's up with the muesli market? And we identified three things. We saw that no one had made a premium product, which we think is strange, because if you look at cat food, for example, there even is a hyper-premium segment, but for muesli, no one had done premium before. So second, no one had done like a cool muesli brand kind of thing. And thirdly, no one had used the internet, which we thought of as really, really strange. But the thing is, my co-founder Hubertus always said, well, if you want to start something, in terms of marketing, you need a very strong, unique selling proposition. You need something that makes you unique, and just to be more premium. So that wasn't it. So in the evening, he said, let's do mass customization for muesli. And the kind of first fact check I did was telling my mother. So I said, we're going to mass customize muesli. We're going to sell it over the internet. And she said, I don't think that's a good idea. So at this point, we could have stopped developing the whole concept. But as we had learned in university and in large corporations, if you're afraid of something, just use the cover your ass strategies. So just do market research, because afterwards you can always blame it on the focus groups. You can always say, but people told me they love the product, even if they don't. So we did a market research, and more than 1,000 people answered our questionnaire. And we asked the most important questions of them all: would you buy muesli online? And the very encouraging answer that we got was that 0% said yes. So at this point, again, what are you going to do? But we said, well, the people have to see the product, and remembered the famous Henry Ford quote, if I would have asked people what they really wanted, they would have said faster horses. So we said, if Henry Ford can do it, then 3 students from the city of Passau in southern Germany can do it too. And we started our company with 3,500 euros. We did lots of testing, which was very sophisticated, as you can see right here. This is our lab. And this is my co-founder kind of renovating our first workshop so it would fit German food laws. And this is our packaging. And the thing is, if you speak at conferences like this, where people tend to speak in hashtags, they say things like, you're really disruptive, you're a category killer, this is really groundbreaking. So the packaging is genius. I tend to say things like, oh yeah, this was really a bold strategic move to use tubes because everyone else uses these carton boxes. But the sad reality was that no one wanted to make carton boxes for us, because when we asked people, we would like to order, say, 5,000 boxes, they would say, if I press the green button on my machine here, that 10,000 boxes will come per minute. So no, it's not going to work. And so we met this guy who produced these tubes, and he said, why don't you do tubes? And we said, yeah, let's do tubes. And this is how we came up with the mymuesli tube, and it has stayed with us ever since. So we didn't know, because you can never know as a founder, if you will sell one product, but we were quite sure that mymuesli was a good story in terms of public relations, and not because we thought that people will look at it and say, well, this is such a great founder story, but the reason why people watch Höhle der Löwen or Shark Tank or similar shows is, of course, because they love to see people fail. And so a lot of articles that came out had this connotation of, well, it's a nice idea, but it's going to fade. And the thing is, if you're a founder, it does something with you. It really pushes you. It says, well, we're gonna show them how it's done, or we're just gonna do it anyway, and you just work. And as you can see at mymuesli, and I think that is part of the reason why it worked, we coined the term Industry 4.0 before it was even invented. If you look at our first production, as you can see, it's basically fully automated. Robots take care of everything. So my co-founder Philip here is just a piece of decoration, and you can see a very sophisticated color code system that we copied from lean management principles at the Toyota factory. And the reason, of course, why I like to show this picture is that a lot of people that I meet that want to start companies, and just to give you an idea, mymuesli is active in 9 countries at the moment. We're more than 600 people. We operate 30 of our own stores. We have 2 offices, one in Passau and in Berlin. And the 3 founders still are the CEOs of the company. And a lot of founders approach us and they say, well, I have this great idea, but I need huge logistics. It's going to be awesome, but I need so much money. And we say, you can always start with a small setup. It's mostly possible. And as you can see, we had a fancy conference room too, where we had these meetings. And the cool thing was the idea really caught on. And as you can see, the customer base grew, and we were sold out after 2 weeks. The cool thing was that everyone said, this is genius. They're limiting supply. This is how to build a premium brand. We were just too stupid to order the right amount of boxes, but that's another story. So in the end, it turned out to be, well, a cool outcome, because it really attracted people to the page, because we said, it's sold out, you can order anyway, but it's going to take 4 weeks. And people said, if it's that good that people wait 4 weeks, I will have to order again. So the orders kept piling up, and we watched, and we were like, whoa, this is really cool. But at some point, we will always say at mymuesli, we want to go where the customer is, and we knew that in food, the customer is also offline. And as you can see here, the 3 founders of mymuesli, we were born with a deep sense of aesthetics, as you can see at our first fair booth. And just so learn from the best, I want to point out 2 principles that you can, of course, copy. Always have the key investment highlights really, really large, so people in the last row can see it too. And if there's no computer at the venue, just print out your website in black and white so people can browse through it. But again, the idea was just to test whether people had an offline interest in the brand, and they did. So in 2009, we opened a real store in Passau. We opened other stores, and this is our store in Munich. If you're ever in Munich, you will have to visit it. It focuses more on food to take. It has a coffee bar and everything, and we readjusted our store strategy a little bit about 2.5 years ago, and we now focus on fewer locations that are larger. And at cities, for example, in Kiel, where we used to have a store, we now have store-in-store shelves with retailers that operate them on their own, and we have to have a store team there. And for us, that works way better. And this is a typical retail shelf. This is the 3rd mymuesli channel. In terms of marketing, everyone in the beginning, when we approached supermarkets, said, no, don't do it. It's gonna do something with your brand. It's not focused enough. But the reality is, in Germany, where more than 90% of groceries are sold through supermarkets, it wouldn't have made sense not to be in the supermarket. So the mymuesli product portfolio doesn't only consist of muesli. We reinvented the spoon, as Hubertus likes to say, but for you, it's just a spoon. For us, and especially for Hubertus, it's more than 2 years of research of how the perfect muesli spoon should look like, and I would definitely recommend to try it, because it really makes a huge difference. We also offer muesli bars. We offer a plant-based milk alternative called Nilk that you can try in all of our stores. We went into the chocolate business. We're still learners in the chocolate business, but we like it very much. And a lot of people constantly ask us, you started with mass customization, but be honest, no one orders that mass customized stuff anymore. But to be honest, there are a lot of people that do. And for them, we wanted to make the experience even better, so we let them customize the packaging about 1 year ago. And don't let that kid you, because if you're a brand, if you're trying to build a brand business, to let customers customize the packaging, that's actually quite kind of heart-wrenching, because you think, oh, what are they going to do to my packaging? But they've been nice so far, and you should try it on your own. So you can customize the packaging now as well. And this is what it looks like in a cooperation case with Unique. We also ventured into the tea business. We reorganized the whole company. It's now organized in circles and roles rather than hierarchical, which is our growth set up for the next years to come. International growth has been steady. It took us a long time to learn how to really grow internationally, but it's working out quite well. And for the future, we think that there are so many opportunities out there. We think there is so much stuff that can be done. And one example you can see here is you basically get a muesli that is tailored to your microbiome, to your digestive, sorry, that's such a difficult word for a German, to your digestive system, to the bacteria in your digestive system. So based on the results you get from that test, we tell you what muesli you should eat. So I hope you will try it next time, and have a great day at NOAH. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Max.